Why does the US call a blast in Pakistan terrorism, but in India it's just a tragedy? Let's decode the global hypocrisy that shapes headlines and impact India. This is not just news, this is a story of how our nation's challenges are framed by foreign powers and why every Indian should care. Let me label it as double standard. That is with the power of words. After the devastating Delhi blast, the US embassy sent thoughts and prayers. No mention of terrorism, just a terrible explosion. But when Islamabad was attacked, the US condemned senseless terrorism and pledged solidarity in fighting it. Yeah. Why does the same superpower use different language for two nations hit by similar horrors? Such word choices aren't just politeness. They shape global perceptions, influence international support, and decide whether a country's pain is seen as a security threat or just bad luck. Political blame games turning tragedy into strategy. Pakistan immediately blamed India for the Islamabad bombing despite the local militant group claiming about it. Well, India, standing strong, hit back with facts and called these accusations as baseless, just as we've always been against decades of false flag narratives. This is a playbook decades old. After every major crisis, Pakistan shifts its attention towards India. It's a tactic that has failed every time from Kargil to Pulwama, and history has proven our resilience and global credibility. India stands with truth, not propaganda. And one second, whose claims matter? When groups like TTP and other claim responsibility, governments pick and choose what suits their agenda. Pakistan prefers a foreign hand theory even when evidence points home. And India relies on investigation and international cooperation, upholding its reputation for responsible fact-driven policies. The world should recognize true leadership faces the threat, not just blame neighbors. That's India's legacy, from fighting 26/11's perpetrators to working with global agencies on cross-border terror. And if we see the role of big powers, the US adapts its outrage and sympathy based on local priorities. In India, it downplays terror, perhaps to avoid upsetting ties or complicating geopolitical relationships in Asia. In Pakistan, it amplifies terror language, likely reflecting lingering on security concerns and ongoing negotiations over counter-terror support. But every Indian must ask, why should international powers decide whose pain counts? Did anyone decide, and did US listen when 9/11 happened? Shouldn't the US call out terror wherever it strikes? Fellow Indians, don't let your story be rewritten by foreign headlines. We can demand equal outrage for every terror attack, challenge double standards, and make sure the world sees our suffering as a global crisis, not just a local tragedy. Share, debate, and stand proud, because India's resilience from 1947 to today is built on truth, unity, and a history of facing every challenge with courage. Let's keep it that way.